Hello, my name is Kamil. I'm CEO and founder of Riverdi, and today we'll be talking about something very special in our offer, that is EVE4 Embedded Video Engine displays. They are intelligent displays. That means you can easily build your own device with them. That is, you can use a simple microcontroller and then generate sophisticated graphic, even in movies, which I will show you later. So first of all, let's answer the question, why do you need this kind of display and how to use them the fastest way. So first of all, when you build your own device, you need to decide what kind of system, particularly microcontroller, you will use and what kind of resources will you have. And in many cases, the microcontrollers are able to do all the tasks that you need for your machine, the simple microcontrollers, except the graphic generation. Yes, so this is the very, let's say, complicated and resources demanding task to generate the graphic and to control the high resolution display, which is actually necessary in today's world. Yes, so most of the devices require a beautiful display with a high resolution and the capacitive touchscreen. And to use them, you need a powerful microcontroller and the memory probably that will not be needed for anything else in your design. So let's say you are building the vending machine, and the task there is to select the beverages and the control the pumps, or like the device to let's say open the case, etc. So the task from engineering point of view is quite simple, and you can use even 8-bit microcontroller and program it pretty easily in a C language or using some library. But you need a display to show for the user what to select and how to pay, etc. And for that you need to decide either to go for a complicated system with a high memory and a fast microcontroller, or maybe you can use a still simple microcontroller but generate graphic the other way. And this other way is something that I would like to present today. This is intelligent display. That means you place a graphic controller on a display itself. And here I have an example of 10.1 inch display from Riverdi, where actually we have this graphic controller on the board, and then you can control this entire large screen actually with a touch screen controller, only using the SPI or QSPI interface and pretty simple graphic library. So I will show you later the demo that we have prepared, and example application that was very fast to prepare for our engineer and easy, but actually the effect is pretty impressive, I would say. And you can do that with 8-bit microcontroller or simple 32-bit Cortex M0 controller, etc., because the only thing that you are sending to the display is the comments, what to show on the screen, and not the, let's say, live content. Yes, the live content is already on the screen, programmed in a flash memory that is on the screen as well. So your task is pretty easy to do. Okay, but before we will show you the EVE4 example application and accessories around it and how to use it, let's first focus how we have created this EVE4 series in Riverdi. So first of all, what you see right now on the screen is a Riverdi high brightness IPS TFT line. So this TFT line is a line of a displays that is a base for all our projects, let's say, and other displays depend on which kind of controller you will use. So they can be equipped with the HDMI or EVE4 or maybe STM32 microcontroller. We have this line as well, or both just the naked display with RGB or LVDS interface. Yes, but as a base for all our projects, we selected the high quality IPS TFT glass. Then we built a backlight that is a pretty high brightness, 1000 candela, so you can use them indoor and outdoor. You can check that features on our other video. And of course we designed them with a low EMI, which is always the case for Riverdi. for all our projects, we care about that. Yes. So first of all, we have excellent displays with beautiful colors, viewing angles, and high brightness. Of course, all of our displays are industrial grade. Yes. So they can be used in industrial, medical, or even military purposes in some cases. Okay. So once we have a display that is a low EMI and high quality, we have added industrial touchscreen to the display, and we use mainly EVE4 controllers among others, but EVE4 is our base controller for all our standard displays, and it's of course industrial controller with industrial design of the touchscreen itself that gives you a really robust design and easy way to go for applications that are more demanding than standard. Yes, that means they work in an industrial environment like a factory environment, or maybe outdoor where you need a thicker glass. You can do that as well. So you can just buy a standard display from our offer with a standard cover glass 1.1, do the test, do the development of your display, and then come back and ask us, for example, for a thicker glass, and we can do that for you. Let's focus now on the graphic controller itself right now. Yes, so what we have placed on the board is a Bridgetek EVE controller. As I mentioned, it's Embedded Video Engine Generation 4, so it's the latest one that the Bridgetek has. And as you can see on the screen, it supports a high resolution displays. Yes, so we were able to build entire line from 3.5 inch from low resolution to high resolution 10.1 inch, which is 1280 by 800 pixels, so very high resolution, still supported by the same chip. So we have all the line that is compatible and let's say support all our standard displays. It's a very powerful graphic controller actually that can be communicated with SPI and QSPI, so very fast interface to send data. But as I mentioned before, normally when you operate the display, you don't need to send anything except the comments. Yes, so once you upload the memory, that is a flash memory on the screen, you just send the comments what to show on the screen, and you receive the events from the controller, that is the touch events, of course, what is happening on the screen from the user point of view. Yes, so let's have a look on the, let's say, inside of the controller. So what we see on the screen right now is a schematic, also diagram schematic of a Bridgetek BT817Q controller that is on our EVE4 displays. So what we see there is two QSPIs. One QSPI is for the flash memory that is on the screen already, and the other SPI and QSPI is for the MCU, so for the user. Yes, so you use that SPI and QSPI to control the display and send the commands. All the rest is already on the screen. So of course we have a LED driver with a PMW signal from Bridgetek actually. So again, we send just the command to the Bridgetek through SPI, and we can change the brightness. I will show this later in our demo. Then of course we have a display itself. Bridgetek has the RGB interface, but we have displays also like this 10.1 that has the LVDS, so we connect the serializer on the board already. And of course the Bridgetek controller controls also the touch screen. So we have the I2C for the touch screen. Then we have the audio amplifier on our board as well, so you can generate the audio. I will show this later as well and tell a little bit more. So what is also important about this controller, it uses ASTC graphic compression, which is very effective, and you can upload a lot of content into the memory of the flash memory. That could be a video and the images. Yes, so that's quite impressive, and of course it's ready from the Bridgetek as a tool to generate the files and upload them into the flash. Okay, speaking about the memory, we have this onboard, and it can be 512 I'm sorry, for the larger size screens, and 256, that is a half for the smaller size, so that is a 3.5 inch, and 4.3 inch has the small memory, and then from 5 inch up to 10.1 inch we have 512. And you can see on our website the examples and how many images or video content you can put inside, but in most cases these memory are enough. If you need more, then of course you can always ask us, and we will solder the bigger memory for your application if you need, for example, to play longer video. We have placed also the amplifier on the board, so you can generate the audio. So not only the Bridgetek is controlling the graphic and the touchscreen, but also generate audio. And actually we have created the audio circuit a little bit different than the standard, that is a bidirectional. Yes, so you have one pin on the connector of EVE4 displays that you can also play the audio from your system to the display and use the internal amplifier. So you have two ways to play audio. One way is to generate it from the Bridgetek itself, and you can generate it from the files, so it can be like a music or your own files. It can be pre-programmed and generated audio from the Bridgetek. You have quite a lot of selections of different audio sounds, and then, as I mentioned, you have the spin where you can connect your own system and, for example, from your own host system, generate additional audio effects if necessary, of course. And the audio amplifier is already there. Okay, that I mentioned that already, but beside the low EMI TFT display itself, we also designed the low EMI boards. Yes, so all our boards are designed in a way to be able later to pass certification with our customers, and you can see the results on the screen. This is actually results for 10.1 inch that I have here in my hands with this board already of EVE4, of course. So it's like emission from a display touch and the board together, and you can see it's pretty impressive. It's very low, so that means the display emission should not be a concern in your project. But anyway, of course, it needs to be always tested as an entire device once you connect your own system to it. But at least you know what you can expect from a display and from our controller. And what is good, these reports, EMI reports, they are available freely to be downloaded from our website. Yes, so we don't hide anything. You can go there and download all the documentation, 3D model of the displays, and of course the EMI report as well. Okay, let's have a look a little bit deeper. So as I mentioned, we have this series of EVE4 displays, that is 3.4, 4.3, 5.0, 7.0 and 10.1 inch displays, all of them available in all the options that Riverdi offer to you. Yes, so different touch screens, different mounting frames, all the options, bonding or no bonding, without any MOQ. You can buy them from our website or from our distributors, which should be very easy and fast shipment to you. So all of them are actually prepared and ready to use. You can see here on this table what is like maximum parameters of BT817 EVE4 controller. So it's pretty fast and can support the high resolution, as I mentioned. Yes, so that is inside of the controller. Okay, we also have this dedicated fast programming interface for building flash. That means you can program, or we can program for you the flash memory. So later when you build your device in series, you don't need to spend time to program the flash. We can do it for you. That is the multimedia content. Yes, the images and the video. Of course, they can be the memory can be programmed in a regular way. That is using the SPI or QSPI interface from the host. Of course, it can be changed later, and it can be changed even during the device work. So your host is always able to reprogram the flash memory if necessary. Yes, but in many cases, it's done just once during the manufacturing of the screen of the device. and that means we can do it for you and make your time on production even faster, and we can deliver to your pre-programmed displays if necessary. Okay, so next slide we see the actual products. Yes, so as I mentioned, we have 3.5 inch, 4.3 inch, 5 inch here on this slide we see, and they are in different versions here. So we have the frame or no frame, but all the options are available on our website. Just go then and you will see all the variants. And then we see the 7 inch and the 10.1 inch as well, ready to be used. These are just the photos. And once we have the displays as a standard without any MOQ, so you can buy one piece or whatever you need. There will never be MOQ on the displays like that. You can also customize the displays. That means change the logo, change the glass thickness. As I mentioned, for example, for outdoor vandal-proof projects, we typically make a like 4mm glass or 6mm glass if necessary for the customers. But we can change the glass shape, printing color, and anything else that may be required for your project. Yes. That is a customization. Okay, enough of theory. Let's focus now on the practice side of EVE4 displays. So once you will buy a EVE4 display, you will receive it like that. That means it will be equipped with the controller board, of course, and there will be a RiBUS connector. RiBUS connector is a Riverdi universal connector that is on all our intelligent display series. It's always the same pinout, and it can be, let's say, easily connected to different displays from our series, or even connected to the STM32 displays to have like a second display there. Yes, so this connector means it's a universal for Riverdi, and any device with RiBUS you can connect together. And on this connector we have, of course, the power for the screen, then we have the power for the backlight, then we have the SPI and QSPI interfaces, and we also have this audio pin that I mentioned for the audio amplifier. So once you will buy this display, probably you will want to test it, and you have few ways to do that. Yes. So first and the easiest way would be to buy also the Riverdi evaluation board that is based on STM32 F4, as I remember, yes, F4 microcontroller. And this will allow you to very easy and let's say in a fast way to start programming. And actually you can download the software from our GitHub, program into microcontroller, and start the demo application right away. Yes, and test your own display, including graphics that you can place on the SD card, so you can generate your own graphics, let's say your own menu of your screen, and put on the SD card and show on the screen. And as I mentioned, this board also has the RiBUS connector, so it's very easy. You just connect it to the display, and that's it. And once you buy this board, you have a few options here. So with evaluation board, you can use a microcontroller to control the EVE4 screens, but also once you will move this shorts, you can use USB to SPI bridge, that is a FTDI bridge, and you can work, let's say, entirely on a PC and control the display via this USB to SPI bridge. And also you can remove this and you will have SPI here, so you can connect the pins directly to your own board. So this evaluation board, I recommend you to go and see the documentation of it. It's very universal, and you can use it in different ways with EVE4 display. But maybe you know that you want to connect it directly to your own system. That means you can buy just the breakout board. The breakout board is just this very simple board that is a 20-pin IDC connector to the 20-pin ZIF connector. That means I can connect it directly to the screen with this FPC. Of course, FFC is also on our website to be bought, and then you have easy access to all the pins, and you can connect it with the cables to your own system. The next accessory that we have for the EVE4 or like EVE series displays is Arduino shield. So this Arduino shield is like a typical Arduino shield you can put on the Arduino, and then you have the RiBUS again with the SPI this time, and you can connect to any Arduino compatible board. You have also there the SD card connector, which is typical for many Arduino shields. Yes, so these accessories allow you to start your own programming and development very fast. Last thing from accessories that we have, and you can buy this from our website, are the speakers. The speakers are equipped with the cable already and the connector, so you can buy it and actually very easy connect to the screen to play some audio as well. There is a sticker on the speaker as well, so you can stick it to the display or somewhere in your device if necessary, and have this audio option as well. Okay, so now we know how to let's say connect and what accessories are available with the EVE4. So let's see now and focus on the actual working screen. So what I have here is display that is a 10.1 inch display, high resolution, as I mentioned, with the EVE4 controller connected with our evaluation board with this RiBUS and FFT connector. I stick at the board to the back of the display to have this easier handling, but of course this board can be somewhere else and it could be of course your own system. Yes, so what we have here and what we see right now on the screen is a demo application prepared by our engineer. So first of all, it started with a half of the brightness. This is what my engineer prepared, but actually I want more brightness, so I will go to the backlight menu, and as you can see, I can slide this slider and change the brightness from almost even 0, so make it very dark, and up to 1000 candela, which is maximum for this display. And now it's a very bright display, and it's, as I mentioned before, controlled by a PMW signal from the Bridgetek controller. Yes, so what we are sending right now from the microcontroller is just the command to change the brightness, so it's very easy to control this brightness. Okay, now when we set the backlight, we can see other options. Yes, so I can generate, for example, an image from the flash memory, but I can also generate more images. I have a slideshow here, so with the touch of the screen on this side or the other side, I can go and show other images. As you can see, they are very fast showing on the screen. There is no delay. So when I'm touching the new image is there because it's from the flash memory, which is very fast connected with the QSPI directly to the Bridgetek controller. Yes, so there is no like loading time or anything like that. This display is very responsive for the user, which is like necessary nowadays. Yes, so we can see different images and examples on the screen. Yes, so what more we have, as you can see, I have this speaker here. I used a little bit bigger speaker to have more, let's say, power on the speaker, but I can play some music. As you may hear, I will increase the volume, so probably you hear right now some music from the speaker, but as I mentioned, you can play music from the memory, your own, let's say, files, but also you can play it from the Bridgetek that are pre-programmed, let's say, different sounds. Yes, so let's stop the music, go back, and the last thing that is, I think, a very demanding task to do is a play video. Yes, on a high resolution display, as I mentioned, 1280 by 800 this 10.1 inch has, but still we can play a full screen movie, as you can see here on this screen. Yes, so the Riverdi displays beyond, that's our new claim, and you can see here the movie played from the flash memory directly on the screen. Yes, so this is pretty sophisticated task to do. And the last thing that we had in our demo application. So that's it from the practical side. You have seen how to connect the display and how it's used, and how easy it is, let's say, to connect it to your own system. I hope you like the video. You can go to our website and see the products itself. They are very well documented, as I mentioned. So you will find there not only datasheet, very detailed drawings. You will find the 3D models of all our displays that it's super easy for you to embed in your design, the step file. And then, as I mentioned, you will find the EMI report as well. And last thing to mention, all of our displays are industrial. That means we guarantee longevity and no MOQ. Yes, so you can buy as low quantity as you want. Of course, you can buy also high quantity, depend on your project requirement, and all of them are compatible to each other. Yes, so once you will build your system, and for example you will use 7-inch screen, you will want maybe to use a smaller screen or a bigger screen in different version of your machine, you will be able, because all of our screens, they have the same RiBUS connector, yes, and same protocol, some pinout, so it will be super easy to connect different size of a display to your own system. And actually what is quite important for many our customers is that this kind of intelligent display that has SPI only and can be connected to the simple microcontroller is that you can use probably your own old system. Yes, so for example you have a machine where you have the old small screen that is maybe a character display, and you would like to upgrade it to the color display, and we have cases like that. So the customers buy intelligent display, they connect it with this breakout board or own board to their system where they have the old microcontroller, and just add some code to generate beautiful and sophisticated graphic, and they can create a new version of a device actually without changing the entire system inside. Yes, and they can create something very, very special. Okay, so as I mentioned, I invite you to our website to see all the products documentation. You can buy it directly from there, or you can go to the distributor sites. We have a quite wide range and network of distributors where you can easily buy these displays from stock. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Please click the subscribe button and like button. This is always helpful for YouTube algorithm, and I hope to see you in the next video.